Yellow, yellow, yellow. Ooh, this has been budged. There we go. That's better. So, MSQ time. I think I can guess where one of the cutscenes is. Getting inside? Yes, sir. Gosan is helping us coordinate efforts with administration here in Alexandria. We have to work hand in hand to ensure that people can get back to their normal lives. Sveen! I want to take myself first to the manager so I may treat both people's friends. It'll be a time-consuming process to reacquire my abilities, but a necessary one that I dare not rush, even though there's no talent Calyx will make his next move. We set the patrols outside, so I came back here to see how things are. Fortunately, though we stopped the rampaging hover cargoes, now we have to deal with delays in electric transport and slow down some production. The complications will likely continue for some time. And Alpha No patrol the city while you're still and... As I say, continue treating 11 sickness and those injured in the attack. I shall stay here to coordinate, so I suggest taking opportunities to get some rest. I couldn't fight them, I couldn't get my authority back when it was stopped, so what good am I? I need to find a way to be more useful. If you have a moment, Repax, you would want to take stock of the current crisis. Oblivion may be lacking the finer details in certain areas, so we'd like you to lend your perspective to the conversation. Sorry to drag you into our meeting. We need to get a better handle on the threats Alexandria is now facing. No. What has happened since the state funeral, and a clear idea of where things stand would be beneficial for us as well. Recap time! First things first then, let's discuss the state of the machine malfunctions. Every single sector reported instances of sentries attacking citizens without provocation, and vehicles suddenly becoming unresponsive to controls. While these malfunctions were resolved fairly quickly, they nevertheless resulted in a considerable number of injuries and deaths. We haven't heard anything about new incidents since then, right? Right, no additional reports have been logged, as far as I know. That's good news. The bad news is I tried to take control of the soldiers when they started hurting people, but they wouldn't listen to me, even though I have the king's authority. Once things gone down, I was failing able to make them give up their weapons, but if it happens again, I don't know if they'll ignore me like before. I mean, they definitely are. Right? The King of Resolve's authority is about the highest there is. Who is this man that can override with such impunity? Calyx, he lived in the age of the storm surge as I did. Lest you forget, he was known for his advancements in electrope technology, and it was he who established preservation for the purpose of furthering his research. The wasting disease which afflicted him, however, was said to leave him scant years left to live. He must have chosen to undergo conversion into an Atlas. They might continue his efforts until the present day. Preservation's early goals seem noble enough. Exploring treatments for lemon sickness, designing Everkeep's core system, and that sort of thing. why harm the people was ostensibly trying to help. I do not pretend to fully understand Calix's motivations, only they appeared incensed by what he saw as mankind's failings. He asserted that the strategy of adapting our species through generational succession was outdated. That evolution now requires us to forsake bodies of flesh in favour of eternal preservation. He needs to speak to the ear. We've already seen how he's employed the simulant to convince Alexandrians that endless conversion is their only hope for survival. Eternal life is assured for the 5,000 who register their neo-regulators. But this is merely one part of Calix's greater plan. He wants the key to interdimensional travel. With that relic in his possession, he will draw ether from the reflections and expand his efforts to create an endless in a thousandfold. If we mean to follow Calix's schemes, then our only option is to determine where he's hiding and put him down. Which unfortunately is easier said than done. I've been scouring the terminal we found in the depths of Everkeep, but I've failed to uncover even the slightest trace of his activities. Give me a little more time though, and I'm sure I could sniff him out. I'll help you. While Galusha and Shao are working on that, I think I'm going to take a look around town. I want to make sure no new problems have cropped up, as well as search for any information that might lead to Calix. You're welcome to come along. Another malfunction could happen at any time, and I'd be glad to have some brawlers at my back. Count me in. Raha and others are helping Oblivion patrol the other levels of the keep. So shall we stick to the streets of the Solution Line? Sounds like a plan, thanks. You too, I appreciate the company. I have to speak with the city's administrators about bringing in the Lands Guard. No one else soldiers around to protect those who are moving to Liolo. Alfredo and Alcé will be joining me for the meeting, so the three of us can cover the sector as soon as we're done. You're gonna go read a book or something? If I may, I'd like to join your practices group if you have me. Nope, denied. The more mouths to ask questions, the merrier, as long as you're aware of the dangers. Thank you, I'll do my best not to be a burden. I'm more worried about you, Gio. Don't do anything stupid. You'll change your tune once we get by with the goods on Calix. Then the drinks are on you. Oh, he's so dead. So dead. Come on, let's continue this outside. Good luck with your patrol and take your time. We can do without Jude until you're done with the old sod. Ah, sorry. Just when I think I've internalized better manners. Talking with Gio brings back all sorts of old habits. We should grow up, Pastor. There'll be so much more I can do when I'm bigger like you. And that's foreshadowing. We're not talking to Gio. The city looks as though it's regained a sense of normalcy. Lots of people will not soon forget the recent events. I'll do my utmost to ensure the happiness of Alexandria and its people. The city looks though it's regained a sense of normalcy. Yeah. Oh dear. Sorry, I'm off in my own little world. Shall we get started? Are you alright, Jared? Me, I'm well enough given the circumstances. It was the Queen's fondest wish that our subjects remain shielded from the horrors of death, and so they were for the longest time. Then the moment mortality once again becomes an unavoidable fact of life, they greeted with an outbreak of bloody violence. Many are bound to give the endless alternative serious consideration. Indeed, and I do not blame them for that. Only natural such thoughts should come to mind. What I cannot forgive is the way Calyx wields fear and misery to manipulate people into making that choice. No one, not Calyx nor anyone else, should dictate how we cope with the spectre of death. As one who lived as an Alexandrian, I wish to put the choices of this country's future back in the hands of its citizens. And you think we can handle the responsibility after everything you've seen of us? It is what I've seen that has convinced me you can. I awoke 4 centuries later to find our people living and laughing beneath Alexandria's banner. Though surprised and bewildered, I was overjoyed to see it so. You all deserve to be happy. Well then. We best not let you down. Now I suggest we move as a group. We don't know if or when a battle might find us. I believe someone came prepared for such an eventuality. Is that the grimoire you retrieved from the old castle? Yes, my parents gifted it to me when I was a child. They were adamant that I should learn to protect the things important to me. I was fortunate enough to have a tutor in the arcane arts, so I lay claim to some small measure of skill. FF9 reference, almost certainly. If that's the case, it might be better if we split into 2 groups after all. Would certainly be more efficient for information gathering. I guess that makes sense. The 2 of you can take the west side of the recreation zone then. Rubix and I will take the east. Very well. We shall end our patrol on the plaza just past True View and await you there. Let's do the rounds then. We'll see what's what and chat to people we meet along the way. Pay special attention to anyone who looks overwhelmed or overly excited. Hopefully we will earn us a tidbit or 2 we didn't know before. Sure. Hello. Are there sentries and air reelers safe to be around now? I just know it's going to happen again, and maybe next time I'll be the one who dies in a horrible accident. I need a neuroregulator, becoming an endless its own way. Even Queen Sphene said so. I'm guessing you would have preferred to go with Sphene and Kral, but I'm afraid you're stuck with me. I grow up people though, I promise. The moments I used to trick around here all the time. I made sure not to overdo it when I had work the next day, but once we were past the busy season, or when the ladies weren't amenable to my company, well, you'd have to scrape me off the street outside in the morning, or afternoon. The worst I ever got was when on what should have been the worst day of my life. If only I could remember it. I was still wearing a regulator by then. It was also the day I first met Shale, although I guarantee she's forgotten it completely. You want to hear my story? Well, I appreciate you offering a sympathetic ear. There's not much to tell. If you must know, a good friend of mine died when those machines went crazy. His air reeler dropped off right out of the sky but didn't survive the crash. Damn fool wasn't marrying a regulator. I know that's not so strange these days, but he'd never bothered with one. He was at peace with the idea of dying someday, and I thought I understood what that meant until it happened. Ah, trial by spy. Why's be in such a fine mood, you ask? Well, I've just registered my new regulator. I was leery of becoming nothing but memories at first, but now I've gone through the registration and felt more at ease. Also, once it was done, the regulator displayed the current numbers, one of 5,000 slots available. Of the 5,000 slots available, over 3,800 have already been filled. So if you're still hesitant, you've not much time to make up your mind. My words, friend, when there's only a few slots left, it's going to get very ugly. Rebecca's word. I follow this new fact in the stories we've heard. Once we hadn't considered during our discussion with everyone in the back room. That fights are likely to break out over new regulators. The fact that nearly 4,000 people have registered with is so before, but are you sure there wasn't anything else? The victim of the violence wasn't wearing a regulator. Yes, that's it. The vast majority of residents have always worn regulators, so it's not a detail we normally think about. The supply of cells cut off though. More and more people have been going without. We need to look into the casualties when we reach the attacks and check whether or not they were equipped with regulators. Let's ask around on I do remember noting that, actually. It was pretty chaotic at the time, but maybe we'll find eyewitnesses who can help us confirm if this is a pattern or not. Oh, yeah. As everyone with living members, only a handful of people used to go out and about without regulators. How times have changed. So it's my job to deliver goods by hover cargo. That's why I know a fair number of names and faces throughout the city. They're the ones who jump for joy when I put them packages. The old lady would always greet me with a smile if anything bad happened to them. Hello, how are you today? Please let me know if I may be of service. Citywide casualty data unavailable. Government officials are currently processing reports from all affected zones. Can you narrow it down to the recreation zone then? You must have some estimates on hand. Recalibrating parameters. Injured, 87 individuals. Casualties, 19 individuals. Casualties wearing regulators, 0. We should know people who died in the registry rampage were wearing regulators. I'm sorry, but I was assigned to clearing away debris. I didn't see any of the deceased. No bodies were present by the time I arrived, so I assume the ushers had already done their work. Even there being patches of white dust scattered around, they were quite a chore to clean up. Nothing else worthy of mention. Focus me is that we joined Kral and Sweet. I was half joking with my boast to share, but we may have stumbled upon something major here. We should share our findings and keep pursuing this avenue of inquiry. Didn't Kral say to meet him in the plaza just outside of Trueview? Let's get going. Come on, we should meet Kron and Sven at the plaza. Can't say I'm thrilled to have shower and maybe drink over something like this. We finished our patrol as well. Did not seem the more people wanted newer regulators than before. So you're essentially saying that the people who were killed by malfunctioning machines weren't wearing regulators? Well, the numbers are still tentative and only apply to that one zone. We don't know how they'll stack up in the overall data, but this is definitely more than a coincidence. It's safe to say that anyone who has removed their regulator was a priority target. Now that you mentioned, the person I was shooting for ruins wasn't wearing one either. But why? Why are they being targeted over everyone else? Based solely on the lack of a near regulator, we cannot judge if a person has no desire to become endless. They simply failed to acquire one on the limited devices. But those who wear no regulator at all, they have clearly rejected the old system, using souls to revive themselves. Put another way, they have chosen to live their lives in the knowledge that death is an inevitability. The chances that such resolute people would wish to become endless are far lower, I would imagine. And so Calyx has chosen those least likely to accept his vision as victims to stoke fear and panic. But there was no need to kill anyone. The way things were, the people were already fearful enough. He could have found 5,000 willing citizens without all this madness. You make a good point. Perhaps this sowing a terror is in service to another scheme. Or he had some other need for the lives to be taken. What are the dust at the various sites? Right, the sanitation market storage. She saw no bodies, but mentioned piles of white dust. Dust but no bodies. Now where have I heard that before? You recall when we went to save Erenville from the Sentries and outskirts, Usher Malachite told us much the same thing. When I arrived, I found no body, only pile of dust, which the wind quickly scattered. Confused, I questioned the residents, but none knew what had become of it. The both always speak of missing remains is suspicious enough, but the shared mention of this dust is too much to ignore. In that case, we should confirm if this substance was present at the other site, and attempt to ascertain its nature. Following this thread may lead us not only to an explanation for the missing bodies, but also the intent behind Calyx's murderous actions. Nodders. Whippers, we need your help. I've lost control over the soldiers in the residential area. They may be trying to hurt people again. Oblivion members are on their way now, but are you close enough to join them? Damn it, I knew investigation will have to wait. Let's go. Oh, that's cool.
Stay back! Stay away from me! Please leave him alone. sentry walked into my apartment, even though I'd locked the door and everything. I managed to run, but the man who tried to save me.
No weapons, which is to be expected, considering all the sentries were meant to be disarmed. Yet it was ordered to attack all the same, even if that meant using its bare hands.
I'll leave matters here to you. I'm going to do a sweep of the surrounding area.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know anyone else in this sector who no longer wears a regulator?
I don't think I've seen Isadora and her boy with theirs recently.
Oh, the kid.
Go to them, quickly!
Nostalgia? Oh, why? Right. My bad.
I'll be fine. But Isadora's in bad shape.
Woohoo, orphan.
Mother, please.
Ooh, blood. Yeah, she's dead.
Isadora! Oh, thank goodness. She wasn't struck anywhere vital.
No, she survived the blood animation.
I'm sorry. If only I'd gotten here sooner.
Everything will be all right. I promise to make your mother better.
Thank you, miss.
Kid's looking healthier though.
Will she sleep like that forever?
No, not forever. She'll wake soon, I'm sure of it.
That's good to hear. Thank you for saving her.
The promise of tomorrow. I wonder if they'll evacuate people from the city. She should recover in due course. Oh, we were right when we did. When I was sick and couldn't move, my mother was always at my side, always keeping me calm. And I'm going to do the same for her. Forgive me, Iris, because you shouldn't have had to waste time tending to my wounds as well. Do you see my other comrade back there? He stayed behind the log, but I heard sounds of fighting. I'm sorry. He may have fallen. He must have fallen protecting the residents. Let's go alpaca pasta. For the sake, I have to remain calm. Oh, Cromwell, do you think he may have been shut down? If he is ruined or worse, I should go to him. Wait, please, if it's so for you. Is this having you still need rest? Would you stay with Merlos and watch over Isidore for? We will tend to your friend. Thank you. Please be careful, your son. Isidore and Merlos have completed the applications to leave the dome and practically out the door when this happened. We'll make sure that they're taking care of the moment Isidore is ready to travel. Why? Why is this happening? But man, this is awful. Isidore is going to be alright, Dad. I'm so glad. I've just finished my administrations here. Our blue income is beyond saving, I'm afraid. That brave soul, he gave his life to save another. He died protecting me. I don't understand why any of this happened. The sentry was behaving like any other, and all of a sudden it tried to kill me. Weapons are no, Calyx commanded them to commit murder. Is it over? We came as soon as Requi sent word. I'm sorry, by the time we showed up it was already too late. Then Geodo could be in trouble too. Once we have this radius looked down, we need to find him. But why? Has something happened? Possibly, we're not sure what, but he stopped responding to our communications. We need to prioritize securing the residential sector though, at least until we regain control over the sentries. Then we should head for Geode. Oh, Geode is so dead. I agree, since most of the Oblivion members have sworn off regulators, if our theory holds true, then they should be prime targets for the next attack. Please do what you can to shepherd the residents' safety, but avoid the sentries at all costs. Oh, thanks. Here, take these communicators. We've made modifications to them to prevent Calyx from intercepting the signal, and we are using them to coordinate movements with allies in the vicinity. Boyakui has one too, so I'll ask her to keep hailing Geode. Good luck and stay safe. Geode said he would sweep the surrounding area, so we shouldn't have ventured too far. Let's get going. Please, Geode. Please be safe. Further to the east. Immediately starts going west. Ooh, crawl. Guess let's run the apartments first. Jude, answer me. Look a left, look a right. Look a left, look a right. Okay.
This is the only place left. Let them be safe.
Geode, are you there? Answer me, please.
I'm here. Sorry for the long silence. I've been busy.
Oh, you're alive. Thank the gods. Where are you now?
The radius next door. The lobby is secure. I'll scout the second floor. Then I'll join it. Dust.
Dust? What are you talking about? What's happening?
They're not just collecting souls. They're draining the bodies of corporeal ether.
Yeah.
The dust that we saw was all that was left of the victims. They must have modified the soul cells. Shit.
Ooh.
You can't be here! You need to run now! A trap!
Huh.
Take care of the others, eh?
No sign of him so far. This way, maybe? Geode!
a shame. I had hoped to leave here with at least one more cell's worth of ether. But seeing how eager you are to interfere, I shall cut this foray short.
Calyx. What could you possibly stand to gain from these atrocities?
Ether sufficient to generate 5,000 endless. How would you acquire it?
How would I?
Till I have the key, the reflections are closed to me. Thus do I make do with the sources at hand. 7% of Alexandria's current population will yield the energy to convert 5,000 into endless. With 11%, operations could continue unabated for 800 years. Our bodies are fated to decay sooner or later. These ones refuse the gift of eternal life, so what difference does it make if I return them to ether now? I will not waste time and resources on meaningless conflict. This unit cannot offer you worthwhile resistance. Instead, I pose a question. Would you hand over the key if I promise to halt my harvest?
No, don't trust this fucker. You would only seek other victims.
It was foolish of me to even ask. I return to my work then. There is much to do if I must take the key by force.
Okay, so we definitely need to evacuate people from this place. Or some sort of countermeasure to them going rampant. Like strapping a bomb, a small like detonator to the fuckers and have someone supervise. I can't, there are no words. Wookie wookie wookie. Anyway. The power dust. These ashes. And the cell we left behind. Is this twisted ray of returning Geo to us? Damn you, Calyx. Damn you and your careless cruelty. He was our friend. Even so, some might say even death was justified if it meant 5,000 endless could continue their mortal lives. And if a reflection stolen Neither love for many more endless, why that too would be a noble sacrifice for the greater good. Who could think that? Not I. Certainly not I. We know only too well there's not noble in this sacrifice. We're to stop him. We have to find Calyx and put an end to this madness as soon as possible. And under no circumstances can we let the key fall into his possession of Rex. If it falls to us, we will thwart his plans in Alexandria before he can terrorize innocents and reflections elsewhere. Hold on to Geode's gun. If you could take the soul cell, please. My memory and yours. We should return to the back room. Shao and the others will want to know what happened. Yes, I'll ask Wei to meet us there as well. Meanwhile, I know we're just skipping to it.
Our dear Geode. The soldiers. If only I'd been able to control them.
This isn't your fault, Gololja. The blame lies with Calix, and with him alone. It's all so senseless. Why force his plans upon us when we're already happy? Living our lives. What does he even think life is? I'll never forgive Calix for doing this.
Turning off.
Or myself for being powerless to stop him. Wait, where are you going? To clear my head. Don't worry, I won't do anything stupid.
Stay here and get some rest. I'll make sure nostalgia stays out of trouble.
Thank you.
Who the fuck are you?
Things would have been far worse if you and Geode hadn't rushed in there. Many people are still alive because of you. And after adding what you discovered to the leads we've dug up, I'm hopeful we can determine where Calix is hiding. But not right now.
The lip quiver is very good.
We need time before we can move on. Just a little time.
Oh, Geode.
The question is Calix going to give you that time? And Geo probably wouldn't want you to waste your time doing it. Is my kind of gut reaction. In the swift patrol at the other levels, and confirm that Calix have carried out a number of target attacks, all to help us more it seems. I was told that no members tasked with keeping residents safe returned with the body of their criminal. They all risk so much. Silence. I got back control of the Sages, probably around the same time Calix left. Sorry, I couldn't stop him. Could you stop apologizing? There's literally nothing you could have done. I've spoken with Wookiee. They've cut their meeting short to deal with the aftermath of this latest violence. I'm sure you know better by now, but I hope you're not planning to try anything like we are all here with you. They brought back Jude's gun. Its rounds were spent and its barrel was scorched. So you can be sure he went down fighting. Another comrade gone. Some days it's almost more than I can bear. He was an older brother to Nostalgia and I. Shell knew him longer though, and is surely taking the side of something on top of what happened with Kakiwa. Do you think you could check on her, see how she's doing? She's like to put on a brave face if it's me or my sister. Oh, we have Isadora and Malus under guard, so that's one less thing to worry about. Apologies, my mind was elsewhere. We need to press on for the hunt for Calyx. But I can't seem to focus. I should be better than this, I know. Is there anything I can do? You can't help yourself, can you? Still, I appreciate the concern. Kokiwa used to say the same thing. The best thing to do with grief was to lay it all out. So I think I'll take myself over to Ivanskar and say my goodbyes to Jared. Why don't you come along? I could use someone to blubber to if you've a shoulder to spare. Right then, let's get out of Overkeep for a bit. Oh, blimey. It's fair track on foot, so I arranged a couple of areas. They've had their communication modules removed, so even the Calyx should be able to see control. Say the word and we'll set off. Ready? We'll be flying close to the planet, so follow my lead. Am I actually going to get control of this thing? No. These areas are Gnault's babies, so you won't find a smoother ride in all of Everkeep. I know, I've already got one. For years now, I've been taking one out for a turn whenever I need to lighten my mood. Some geotized geo will come along too, and we'd end up racing. Does that surprise you? Our friendship always had a competitive edge. We would often talk about how one day we might fly our rulers outside the dome. Almost there, be sure. Ground is clear before you push off. Oof, that helped clear my head a touch. You know, Rapax, you might be the first person I've ridden with who was an Oblivion recruit. As far as I remember, at least, memories from my regulated days aren't exactly reliable. Ugh. Come on, let's head inside. Hopefully the day will be cleared of pests today. Thanks. We can usually avoid such encounters, but sometimes they wander and block their own path. Not that it slowed you down at all. I've never seen you fight up close before, and the surveillance feat clearly didn't do it justice. Hopefully that keeps the route clear for now, shall we?
Whenever we lost a comrade, the three of us would come back here to reminisce. Me, Geode, and Kafkiwa. Will you raise a glass?
To Geode's memory.
What are the two of you doing here?
I had a feeling you'd show up. Would you like to join us?
I suppose I could spare a moment. They tell us Oblivion's founders disappeared some decades ago under mysterious circumstances. And it was Kafkiwa who revived our organization.
Ah.
You and Geode helped her with that, didn't you? Tell us more about it. You're keen to know too, right? What they were like back then. The mad things they got up to. That sort of thing.
Those were the days. It was actually right before the Reformation that I met Geode. I still wore a regulator then. I'd recently lost someone close to me. And also quit a long stint as an adapter to work at a bar of all places. It paid me to sit with patrons and keep them company. So Geode came in one night. It wasn't long before we got into an argument. First-time customer, but tempers flared. And then one of us threw a punch.
You got into a fist fight? What were you even arguing about?
Damned if I know. We were deep in our cups. I think we were both just frustrated and angry at everything. By the end of it, we were both sprawled out in the street. Pair of drunken fools. Then this odd machine stopped to lecture us, scolding us for obstructing the foot traffic and not taking better care of ourselves.
I can't imagine you ever being in such a sorry state. The odd machine. That was Kafkiwa, I take it.
That it was. Once she was done upbraiding us for our unseemly behavior, she launched into a recruitment pitch. Kafkiwa explained that she wanted to protect the outside world from Zoralja's invasion, to keep him from bringing ruin to the place her beloved son lived. And if we were so intent on self-destruction, then perhaps we might consider risking our hides for a just cause. It was a lot to take in. I hadn't given much thought to what lay beyond the barrier, and learning that Kafkiwa herself was already dead was enough to make my head spin. But Geode and I were intrigued by her ideas. We wanted to see this future of hers come to pass.
Geode often spoke of it. He told me that meeting Kafkior was what first taught him the value of remembering people.
Like he was sharing a holy revelation.
Oh, but back then you hadn't yet taken on Oblivion's name, had you?
Is that so? I just assumed.
It hadn't been Kafkiwa's intention to carry on Oblivion's legacy, nor adopt the cause your parents championed. Not initially, at least. She wasn't even aware such an organized resistance existed. She did, however, suspect the presence of other dissidents, those who objected to resurrecting the memories of the dead in defiance of the natural order. In the hopes of identifying like-minded comrades, we began searching the core system for traces of unauthorized access. And that's how we found it. An anomalous sector in the back of the Neon Stein. According to Melancholy, the door to that mystery had remained firmly shut since she took over the business.
The back room.
The back room. We forced our way in, only to discover that the hideout had long been abandoned. Although the occupants were gone, the equipment they'd left behind contained records of a group calling itself Oblivion. After reading through their exploits and their vision for the future, we made the decision to carry on their work.
Thus were my parents' and Kafkiwa's hopes bound together.
And carried onward by Shale and Geode.
We could never have made it this far on our own, of course. Not without the strength of arms you and your friends provided.
Yes, I am somewhat the nuke you send into your big problems.
Losing comrades is a hard thing, but being here, thinking back on the moments we shared, I can see their smiles, hear their laughter. I feel their presence and I know they're still with us. But these memories of mine are for me alone. Reminders of why I chose to do this. And why I'll stay the course. Right. Time we got back to work. Thank you, everyone.
No, it's me who should be thanking you. Though the pain is still deep, I don't feel like I'm drowning in it anymore. Let's get out there and put a stop to Calyx. For you, for me, and for everyone who's ever believed in Oblivion.
I appreciate you helping me through this. Really do. You've now helped me realise I'm making more to me than I realised, which is only fuels my determination. I'll be spending every waking moment working to bring Calyx to the Council's plans. I'll do my part and you do yours. Oblivion needs you. Tenacity, I guess. Time I went back to locating Calyx's lair. Having a strategy in mind, but it remains to be seen if it will narrow down the possibilities. I'll ask Carl for help. I want to re-examine the data, starting with that of her parents. After all, they were the first to break away from preservation and establish an organised resistance to Oblivion. There must be something in there that can point in the right direction. What are your plans for Apex? Nope. I think my plans are just coming in. Maybe since you? But one something. I've been making the rounds and announcements and I can't help but feel as though something is amiss. Might I ask you to join me? Your perspective would be much appreciated. Can't wait until you finish deciding to share, of course. It seems your plans have been decided for you. Go on. I'd rather speak with before I return to the back room. Very much, thank you for coming. As I mentioned, I would benefit from your worldly experience. Perhaps it's my imagination, but the townspeople appear to be acting on it. That is, even considering the current state of affairs. As I am yet unfamiliar with the outskirts, I thought you might better be equipped to judge if this behaviour is unusual. Please speak them and see what you think, though I hope to be proven wrong. I fear something's not right here. A darkness in the heart does not scream, we're all fine and dandy. Please tell me you brought some neo-regulators. Officially, they've all been handed over, but I've heard rumors there were a few left over. Just the government still has them. Or perhaps the Queen's Fiend. May not look if I was a hunter once. Back then, I hardly gave a death a second thought, but now I think about it. It's all I can think about. There has to be some way to hold on. There has to. You're not wearing a regulator, don't you know the end is coming? You weren't sure, right? Your life to lose. Me, I got myself one of the regulators just a little while ago. As soon as I did. Display showing the number of registered users. Right now I'm sitting at 4,168. The upper limit was 5,000, wasn't it? Seems to still shot up after the machine malfunctions. It's only a matter of time before everyone's registered. I pity those who weren't chosen, but I'm going to be endless. I'm going to evolve and live happily ever after. Greetings, I remember when you visited Queen's Fiend. And check on well-being, have you? Well, I can say that things are rather stressful here as well. Oh, he looks like he's got a black one. I think. Hard to see from this angle. Without knowing it, I'm assuming you turned murderous. The spectre of death is here because some people are terrified and the clamour for new regulars to reach the favourite picture. I personally was to have claimed the new device early on and have long since completed registration. Death has no hold over me now. Now I must begin my prayers. Darkness draws closer, grows deeper, and we must cast it out. So what do you think? Was I right to vary? Tensions are running high. Yes, that's exactly it. The people are overwhelmed by uncertainty and fear. And with each new registration, that fear inside them grows more insistent. How long until it drives into full-blown panic? Rebex, can you come to resolution? We have a problem. I'm already here with Lamity and, Alphana. Sounds like she wants us there in a hurry. We should go. Are we teleporting? Feels like we're teleporting. Ooh, feels like a proper cutscene as well. Wait, that shit's on again. That's not a good sign.
What's happened? Sorry to drag you out here, but I thought it best you see for yourself.
Death is your constant companion.